a historical feature. This is bumper cars in the English Channel, boats ramming into one another, flares being shot, bottles being thrown, rocks. It's a story that really takes you back in time. British and French fishermen have clashed in a spectacular fashion over scallops. Now, this is where the skirmish took place. The English Channel, French fishermen were restricted by their government on when they can try and catch those scallops. Now, regulations, they say the English ignore.
It's 7 days a week for them. They fill up, they come, they dredge, they fill up the hold, and then they go home. There you go. They just leave us the scraps.
Leave us to scraps. Now, the CEO of the UK Federation of Fishermen's Organizations told CNN this is not the way to solve this dispute.
There have been disputes over fishing rights in the past, and I'm sure there will be in the future. The place to resolve them is round the table by talking, not by firing flares, throwing shackles, engaging in dangerous maneuvers that jeopardize safety at sea. So what we've seen here is a step change that is really concerning, and we very much hope it doesn't lay a pattern for the future.
Yeah, so do we all. Now, that's the British side of the story. We want to hear, of course, from the French side as well. Manuel Evrard is the director of the Normandy Fishermen's Organization. He joins me now live from Normandy, France, via Skype. I mean, look, we are all just stunned by that video. That was incredibly dangerous. What was the boiling point here? What was the tipping point to make the French fishermen take those kinds of extreme actions?
Well, you know, the scallop is a valuable resource for the French fishermen, particularly in Normandy. Indeed, the French and the US market, both of them, are the main consumers of scallop in the world. Regarding our fishermen, our fleet, it represents up to 80% of the annual sales. So it's significant for our fishing industry. The French fishermen adopted in the past years a specific fishing measure, a technical measure, to make it sustainable. We have opening and closure dates. We also have bigger mesh size on our fishing gear. We also have daily quota per fishing vessel. And we may have sometimes, from time to time, to close the fishing for 1 or 2 days. Just
okay, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that the French are doing this sustainably. But look, I'm riveted by the pictures that I'm seeing there. Do you think there is a risk that this would happen again? And who should negotiate this? Because clearly there's got to be a resolution. This can't go on. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, it may happen again. The last few years, we reached an agreement with the UK vessels over 16 meters length. But this year, we have not reached this agreement again. So on the British side, it's just an open fishery this year. So yeah, it may happen again. But still we have to keep in touch with them, and we still have we still think that we must have a dialogue and to solve that problem.
Okay, and I hear you. You unfortunately are saying this may happen again. When you look to a dialogue, and I know this is visceral, I know the fishermen are fighting for their livelihoods, but is the onus on the fishermen or is the onus on the British and French governments?
You mean, what do you mean?
Who needs to negotiate this? Are you looking to the government to negotiate it for you or the fishermen?
I believe that that should be solved with between fishermen themselves. You know, the thing is, the trouble is that the concern, you know, it's that they have to spend time to earn money at sea. So it's sometimes difficult to them to gather, to be around the table. But I'm pretty sure that sometimes all the fishermen themselves around the table, we can reach an agreement.
Well, I am certainly hopeful that that arguing goes on at in a conference table and not on the high seas as we've been watching. We'll continue to follow this story. Appreciate it. Now,